All right, it's 6:21 right now, and what disasters will erupt on Wall Street today? It has been a tumultuous couple of days so far.
Joining us this morning, as he does every Tuesday, to offer some perspective is our financial consultant, Andy Barkate. Good morning, Andy. Thanks for being with us. We all need a little help.
Good morning, you
First,
two.
it was 512 points, and everyone thought, oh, it can't get worse than that. And then yesterday...
600.
It was, what, 634 points yesterday? Yeah. I mean, that's just part of what's happened the last 2.5 weeks. We're down a little about 5.5% yesterday, and we're about 15% in the last roughly 2.5 weeks. So yesterday, so far, has just been kind of the, well, so far, kind of the crescendo. This morning, things look a little better on pre-market trading. It's up about 130 points. So far, so.
Okay.
And yesterday...
I'm sorry to interrupt. I was about to say, wasn't that how it started yesterday? We jumped up about 100 points or something like that before the whole thing just...
It was pretty nasty from the get-go yesterday, but it got better. It looked like it was going to try to come back, and then it just kind of rolled over and died towards the end of the day. And who knows what's going to happen today? We don't know. I mean, there's still so many cross-currents. And like we talked about just a second ago on the break, you could have picked your poison yesterday as to what people were saying about what all this meant. So I tried to make a short list yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to say, you were listening to all this, so decipher. I mean, what was like the big thing that everyone...
I think that refocused what happened over the weekend, the cut in the S&P on for U.S. debt.
Right.
Kind of made people think, well, are we going to go back into a double-dip recession? Not only the U.S., but the rest of the world. And there's a lot of implications when that comes along. We've got an unemployment problem, a housing problem, and any kind of recession is going to just take that and stretch it out a little further, so it won't be much relief. Consumer spending may be down, which affect corporate profits. And there was a big repricing, or apparently repricing of risk, as well as repricing of future economic growth, and hence lower stock prices yesterday.
Right.
And I mean, you could have picked it. It was the double-dip recession to the S&P cutting the debt, to a lack of confidence about the future growth of the U.S., from a lack of confidence maybe in what was going on in Washington, and are they focused enough on fixing things or playing politics? So you could have actually picked anything you wanted to focus on yesterday to really cause what happened.
You know, I'll go ahead.
No, just a little bit closer to our pockets. 401ks. People who have had their 401ks for a really long time saw a big difference.
Well, that was that lack of confidence I mentioned a minute ago. As we see ourselves, and Greenspan coined that phrase, the wealth effect. Remember that a few years ago?
Yeah.
And when people feel things change, well, they feel better or they feel worse. Well, yesterday didn't make us feel any better. So what could cause, well, what causes us to feel a little bit worse, a little bit less wealthy, so to speak, a lower 401k, makes us change our habits. People may change their spending habits, and hence that just makes a bad situation that much worse.
You know, the one thing that you keep hearing about when it comes to 401ks, and people are losing $15,000, $20,000 over the course of a couple of days, and people sitting back going, well, if you're in it for the long term, don't worry, it'll come back. Yeah, but if you were doing this the whole time, and then all of a sudden you do this, a couple of years back, you start to climb back up again, now you've done this again, now it's like you're sitting back saying, okay, maybe so, but instead of being here, now I'm down here again, trying to reach back up to where I was.
Well, a lot of people I talked to yesterday brought that up just a little different way. They had that old funny feeling rolling around in their gut yesterday. I felt this before and I didn't like it.
Right.
So again, it's easy to say, well, you didn't ever lose any money till you sell it, or don't worry about it, it'll come back. A lot of people still worry, and that will make you change how you view the future and how you actually perhaps spend your money. And then again, that's going to affect the economy. But there's bright spots out there, too.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we will discuss those next week.
Not enough time for the bright spots. Hopefully they'll be more evident next week.
Well, I just want to wait and see if this roller coaster's over before we start talking about that. All right, Eddie, thank you. Appreciate it.